Welcome back, gang. It's Delty from Delty's Gaming, and yes, we're doing No Death VMA, this time on the Magic Dunmer Dragonknight. So, I have some abilities that I swap in and out here, so just continue to refer to the build page. I'm using Whip instead of Force Pulse just for the start, just because it's so easy to get through the mobs. So, yeah, don't worry about that. I do change them up, and a lot of things change throughout the different rounds, so I swap things in and out, so you'll get to see that. Okay, so basically when it comes down to the first round, you're basically just kind of dinking around killing the first main mobs. And something to know that will help you as playing this build is when to cast Elemental Drain. So for instance, that last pull, that big Daedra, that's what I want to cast it on, not the little imp guys. So for instance here, I got a mage. Well, one swipe and Elemental Blockade will kill him, so I'm going to go to the other side. See, one swap, one whip, and they're dead. You don't want to use your magic up casting on those mobs when they're just going to die right away. You want to use it on a mob that will last a while, like a Atronach or something like that. We'll show you here just in a minute. Also, you can see in between each respawn point, I'm going back and casting all my buffs. So right there, I casted Elemental Drain there because I knew I'd get about 3 or 4 hits before he died. And then I'm just going here and nuke him. So in between the rounds, it's really important that you recast your buff. In between each spawn, you recast your buffs. It gets tricky to keep up all of them at the same time, but you're going to do Flawless. You're going to do Flames of Oblivion there. You're going to go to the other side, get my Proxy Dead up every 8 seconds when I can, and you're going to memorize, which pulls are going to be single target heavy and which pulls are going to be AoE, where like all the mobs condense on you. So each spawn, I want to make sure Proxy Dead is refreshed. I want to make sure Flames of Oblivion's up. I got my Rapid Regen, 16 seconds. Harness Magic, if I'm taking a lot of magic damage like this. And then Molten Whip or Flappers, depending on what I'm going to do. So, see like that little guy right there? I don't really need to worry about putting Elemental Drain on him. He's just going to go down so fast. But that guy, Atronach right there, he's someone where you could. But I'm not having a whole lot of problems with taking these guys down just because I got Ancient Guardian, I'm just nuking them so fast, and Undead and Daedra take more damage and they generate more ultimate for you. Boss round here, it's important to get off a good start. Drop your banner before he shows up, and then apply your 3 dots. So you're going to want to have Wall of Elements or Elemental Blockade. You're going to want to have Burning Embers going, and Flames of Oblivion. Those 3 things. And once he transits, you're going to have to reapply Blockade. Make sure you recast Flames of Oblivion like I did right there. And when you need healing, make sure to just spam cast Burning Embers. So him and his little buddy will tag team me here, and they're not really doing damage. There they go. So I cast Burning Embers. You can reflect his damage ability, but I find it just easiest to keep on swiping him, rip and grip. Round 2, one that I hate, but memorization will really help you with this round. And knowing when the big Engine Guardian dudes come out versus when the little droids come out, where they spawn and why. So the power-ups on the other side are not where the droids are going to come from. They're going to come right here. So I like to position myself in between. Basically, if I put my Wall of Elements or Blockade up, it's pretty much going to take one of those guys out single-handedly. Also, this is a round where you definitely are going to want to switch to Force Pulse instead of Whip, just because of the time it takes for you to cross the map and get those guys. Or you can use Extended Chains or Empowering Chains or the Unrelenting Grip if you want for some more. So you can see right here, I'm like, no, I'm not going to go walk all the way over there. So I switched to Force Pulse. And then stay centered here and put your Wall of Element, Proxy Debt. Really make sure to recast all those buffs and refresh them before the round starts. It's going to give you a big hand. That's the only reasons I like Dragonstar Arena, is it's like so intensive. You shouldn't be standing around with no buffs at all times. You should be making a buff. So those 2 guys are going to go right there, and you can see it takes maybe 1-2 Force Pulses to get them down, so that's really helpful if you're just trying to get the round done. So you can use a banner here on this round because you can build it up before the boss round. So just don't get too carried away using banners on junk trash pulls like that, because you want to save it for the last boss, making it much easier to complete that last content. Okay, so we got little Wormy Squirmy. Now this guy here is someone I cast Elemental Drain on, just usually because it takes 2 or 3 swipes and I can get back magic. But right now where my eyes are looking, my eyes are usually looking to the left of my character, to some of my resources. So if I'm above 60 or 70% resources, rapid generation's going. I'm not too worried about applying Elemental Drain. Remember that Elemental Drain, while it's going to give you back resources, it's also going to do more damage for your character because it does have that spell resistance debuff. So it's good offensively and defensively. Resources and also killing the mobs. Okay, final round. I still don't have really a good strategy to beat this guy effectively. Essentially what I found to be the best is kind of wait till they're about 80% health, and then you want to trick them into going into another animation. So if you can do that, then you'll have a lot more uptime doing damage, because at 70% they push over and then they summon their other friend. So if you can kind of trick them into doing that, then you can get them to 60-50% in one shot without using your ultimate. And once you do that, then usually you can kill them, take them down. So I definitely recommend, since there's not a whole lot of ads and there's not Daedra, to make sure each time you're going to want to use Elemental Drain on each of these guys. It's a nice long buff, so you don't have to worry about recasting it unless they just summon back and forth. But I'm going to drop a banner here, and of course it goes back into his turtle shell. So I'm going to kind of try to locate them all in the middle here. Wall of Elements, Burning Embers. And I'm going to use Combat Prayer here. I like Combat Prayer in the early rounds. You get that 8% Major Berserk bonus. So you can just nuke through these things. Now, you see where I'm positioning myself. I position myself, I don't really care about the spinnies because I can just heal through it. But remember, once those guys are down in the little turtle shell, don't walk on top of them. They will do damage to you. So make sure that you're positioning yourself a little bit left, right, center, or wherever you need to be. But don't walk on right on top of them. They will do damage to you. So first thing you need to do with this specific build is get a Burning Embers on them like I did right there. Get that Elemental Drain going, get my Hots rolling, Combat Prayer. So Drain is definitely what you want to do. You can also use another ultimate here. If you have Dawnbreaker of Smiting and they're just about dead, you see how my resources are suffering? So I want to save it for the next round, but if you don't, just drop a banner, drop 2 banners on them if you need to. Nuke them. This is a round where it's really advantageous to have flappers instead of molten armaments. So typically what I do is I use spell power potions instead of molten armaments, and then I put down flappers or dragonfire scales. But I didn't have any, so I just had to like suck it up and do it. Because there's a lot of chaos going on, a lot of casting going on. Basically what you need to worry about is the one mob that will kill you outright. And it's kind of the red looking Lamias. So once you memorize where those guys are going to be spawning from, it makes it a lot easier. You can see those 2 guys are already beating on me from across the way. So I'm doing Combat Prayers, making sure my Hots are up, and I have a Stam Engine Guardian proc. What that lets me know is I can do some more dodge rolls. Now this isn't a Stam build, but if you're fresh and full on stamina, do a dodge roll here and there. That's going to avoid the damage without using magic for flappers or something else. So my recommendation is start learning where these mobs come from. And you can just really isolate one and get them down, especially if you're using flappers. Like this melee guy, he's just going to do a heavy attack, not a big deal. Now the guy to the right, that's a guy that could take you out. So we're going to get him. We're looking for the red Lamias. Recast all my buffs in between the round. And turn your camera so you can see all of the area around you. So you can see when those stranglers are coming up. So just the one to the right. I couldn't have seen it if I would just like had my camera back willy-nilly style. So make sure you do that. Now, see that Lamia almost killed me there because I wasn't paying attention. See those 2 red Lamias? What they do is a cast, a channel just like that, where you basically can't reflect it. You can reflect the little physical attacks, but you're not going to be able to reflect that channel/cast. Interrupt it, stun them, just kill them outright fast if you can. Do whatever you need to, but make sure that will kill you if you're not at basically 19k health or full health, so watch out for that. You can also dodge roll if you have some excessive stamina. So I'm just getting aggressive here with Burning Embers because I don't want to die to get 1 shot. Remember, that guy's a melee guy, that previous boss, so if you just need to kind of kite around or use the speed thing, go ahead and do it. And you see how I got this red one right there? See, that's just memory, just knowing where they're going to spawn, the most dangerous ones possible. So just take some time to get the memory down. And then this boss is, the mini boss here is pretty easy, so I recommend not using a banner if you can, and using a banner at the start of the boss round. See the boss is clear over there. You're going to have a bunch of Lamia, a bunch of red Lamias. You see there's a channel right there. Almost got me. Flappers is really important to use this, but I don't have the, the potions to do it. Now, I got some donations from Bias, Lord Obi, and X Draconis, so thank you for those. So now I can use the crazy little flappers. And Molten Armaments is also helpful because you do fully charged heavy attack will do some more damage, and Igneous will also give some ultimate. So I'm casting it after I exit combat because that will generate a little bit of ultimate for me. Okay, boss round, we didn't use an ultimate, so we have our banner to start, and that's going to be really helpful. So banner, burning embers, and you're going to go through a phase where basically they swipe you and take basically half your health down. After a swipe, you need to do another Burning Embers. Make sure to keep that hot dot up. And then once they put their hands in the air, get real aggressive on your damage. Once they go back into swipe phase, if you have excessive stamina, feel free to use it. Hold block like I'm doing right there. Do a dodge roll or two, but just don't always block cast. So now I'm getting in trouble. I'm going to trade some space here. I'm in the green circle. I just got lucky, and Engine Guardian just popped for me with stamina. Okay, so now I got the mobs down. 25%, there's going to be some more phases. If you want to get the shield thing, it's very helpful. You can usually just beat it with that, or just burn straight through doing Burning Embers. It's so strong of a self-heal. So I'm going to get Blockade down. I'm going to try to take the ad down. Proxy that just nuked him. I use a Dawnbreaker there just to kind of get a dot going on him and finish him off. Boom. Okay, so we're on to round 4. One of the easier fights, one of the easier dungeons to do. Something that's going to be helpful is a combination of Flappers, Dragon Fire Reflective Scales, and also Harness Magic. Whether you're a Dragon or not, Harness Magic can really save you a lot. Because the casters here that'll put pressure on you from afar, you can see it's like fire damage, so you're just going to absorb it and pretty much stay at 100% magic if they're peppering you. Now remember that this is not a time realm, we're not going for a high score, so it's more important that you get the spears on the outsides than it is taking down the mobs to hurry up the process. So make sure you don't let those spears on the outside absorb you. Also, you can see where I'm putting my camera a lot of the time. You want to make sure your camera is not like where it is right now. You want to make sure it's facing the other way, like this. Why? Because then you can see this little guy. I would never have saw that if I didn't have my camera. It's going to take some practice and patience to kind of learn where to point your camera and why. So kind of always make sure that it's going out to the other side. And you can see I'm doing a bunch of Burning Embers here, and the reason why is one proxy that goes off, if it kills them outright, remember that Burning Embers, once the duration's over or the mob dies, it's going to give you the heal, or if you recast it. So if you do Burning Embers up front to a couple mobs, proxy jet goes off, boom, heal to full, pretty much. Also, you can spam Burning Embers there if you get in trouble like I did right there. And then this guy here, he's going to do a dart, but really the cast you want to interrupt is that one, where his hand starts glowing blue. And make sure you're moving side to side. It's going to be really important the next round. And once these more casters come out, you can either use a Dragonknight Standard, Harness Magica, will really help prevent you dying here, and then obviously Dragon Fire Scales if you have it. Nuke and Juke. Okay, so this is round 3, one of the harder rounds. You kind of want to save a banner. Usually I do for this particular round when there's the 2 spears that come out. Just because it can be troublesome sometimes, especially if they cast. The biggest thing you can do to avoid getting one-shot by their channel cast ability, first, make sure you have Burning Embers on them, and then avoid that by just moving side to side. Remember, they're NPCs. They can't aim ahead of you. They're going to aim, put it down where you were. So boom, I did a dodge roll there. But get diligent at constantly moving side to side. See that? So it's not just, I'm not just doing it because I'm nervous. I'm doing it because it'll avoid a lot of damage moving side by side. So that's all you gotta do for that. And we got a bunch of little critters here. So I like to swipe them all. Just boom, Burning Embers. Let them sit in my blockade, and when proxy goes off, I get a massive heal. Okay, so we have one guy here that's a melee. And the only threat he really possesses is his uppercut. So don't just block just because you want to block. Only block when he's about to blow that thing up on you. This big old heavy attack. That will put you in the air, and most likely the casters will put you down. So make sure that you watch that. Okay, so I didn't have my camera turned around, and guess what? I got a little creepy crawler on me. So I paid for that. So that's why you want to make sure you have that camera turned. Final round here. I like to just grab the power-up at the very end, or not grab the power-up, and use a banner once he drops down. With the banner, I'll place it kind of on the outside edge of him, which allows me to get the damage reduction from him and still allows the damage to be applied to him. And usually I just ignore the ads and just kind of try to damage him through, and usually you can burn him. So right here, I'm going to put a flame, kind of drop a banner a little bit further back, and just work on him. And you don't need a power-up to kill him like this, but you can if that works for you. It'll go a lot faster. Then I do a swipe on both those guys. Proxy Debt usually will take him out solo, and then I just kind of follow him around. Remember, the mobs will despawn if you kill the boss. So just keep burning embers up when your health drops below 70%, and then bang, that's it. On to round 5, and one that I've struggled with. So you can see here that I swapped out Harness Magicka for Flappers, Dragonfire Scales. Now, I like to now swap out Molten Whip for Dragonfire Scales because Harness is useful. Why is Harness useful? Well, when you cross that little ice cavern area there, that can be all absorbed by Harness Magicka, and it's actually really good for your magic sustain to kind of use that. But either way, I definitely would have Flappers. The key to not dying here is that guy right there. If you come in close on him and don't kill him within a couple seconds, he will do a cast channel that will pretty much nuke you. So the thing that I recommend doing is if you come in on him, you need to dodge roll through it, you need to peel back, or just swipe him and go. One of those two things needs to happen. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of pressure here from this guy. I didn't see the troll. I wasn't good with my camera. I wasn't diligent with it, so they snuck in behind me and blew up an island. Now, the islands will reset, so it's not a big deal if one goes down in one round, so don't worry about it. Now, this is a round you pretty much don't want to use a Dragonknight standard for if you don't have to, because the next round, round 3, is usually pretty hard with a lot of AoE that's necessary. So if you can save a banner here, it's great. Now, you can go over to this island, or you can let the guys come to you. So usually I let the guys come to me if there's not a troll, and I just can nuke down the melee guys single-handedly. I'm getting in trouble, so I'm holding block. I gotta get a heal. Dawnbreaker of Smiting. You can see I don't want to use a Dawnbreaker of Smiting, but it's better than dying. So I used one. I'm not going to have a banner early on. So just learn from that mistake there. And really, you can't do anything about the troll RNG, but if you can take one out early, it's a lot easier. Okay, so now when a troll is like this before the round, you can just kind of heavy attack them if you want to get back resources, or not. Now I'm going to go across this island here. Reason why is I'm going to bring them to me. You got one guy a ways away here, the guy you don't want to come in on real close. So remember that guy's right there. You want to take him out, usually my biggest threat. Elemental Blockade can get a lot of these guys, so make sure to keep that up in the area if you can. And then usually the archer will just kill himself with flappers, so don't worry about that. And I take this big huge guy over to another side. And the big huge guy usually won't kill you as long as you're moving in a circle. So essentially what I'm doing here is trying to apply as many burning embers as I can, moving in a circle, going slow, and then just keeping flappers up when I can. If you don't want to cast flappers, you can just use the shield one, the shield power up, and that will do pretty much the same thing. And then if you go to a different island, remember that the melee mobs have to come to you. So it's kind of a easy way to kill the melee mobs if you want. And then I'm going to drop a banner just because I'm getting a lot of pressure on me. So that will give me a huge damage mitigation. You see my stamina dips here. My stamina dipped. So a tripod would have helped me right there. But I didn't bring any of the fancy potions on this run. Okay, so I'm going to use a health one. You don't really need to, but I just want to make sure I don't die from something stupid. So yeah, I've died from something stupid before. And it will happen. Doing these runs, I mean, one time my keyboard didn't work. One time the fire alarm went off in my house because my wife was making a pizza. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, oh, what's going on? Boom, I'm dead. Okay, well, no death's done. And see right there, I'm using too much stamina blocking. I'm just like panic blocking. Don't panic block. If you can just get a Burning Embers out on 2 or 3 targets and just kind of recast it. You don't need to block to mitigate damage because you can just out-heal so much of theirs. Okay, Troll's up, the boss is up. You got the guy to the right, which is your biggest threat, okay? So what you want to do is kind of keep Flappers up, get Burning Embers up, use a power-up if you're in trouble. I'm doing some heavy attacks here. And then once that guy's down, then it's basically easy mode. You kind of want to just put Elemental Blockade on him, just spam Burning Embers when you can, and he's no big deal. So you got to make sure this troll doesn't do his thing before the next round. And that's it. Okay, final round. So Flappers is huge. Basically what I do on this particular fight is kind of wait to use my ultimate for the second or third platform. I come over to this platform specifically. Why? Because it has the weakest power-up. So if I do get in trouble, I need power-up. Like a Reflect is really handy. The health one is handy. But really the damage and the Reflect that the third platform has is the most handy. So that's why I go to that one first. Plus the mobs are there. So I want to start there as well. And I'm in trouble. So the troll didn't cast. Oh, yes, he did. So I'm going to go ahead and use a power-up based on my healing. So I can use a little bit more magic for damage. Okay, so once I got him, the 75% is the magic number where it glows red and does that. Once you get across to the island, you want to put Elemental Drain up on him if you can, because you got a couple seconds till he gets to you. And then also make sure to refresh your buffs. Get Proxy Dead up, get Rapid Regeneration ticking so you can get back some of that magic if you have the staff, and then just kind of work on him, or her, or it, whatever you want to call it. He will CC you once you get away from him. So just be prepared to break CC early and often, especially if there's other ranged mobs up and you get further away from him. He's really likely just to CC you. So usually I use my banner here because there is so much stuff coming out. And then once I get the 2 melee guys down and get the ad guy down, he'll sit in my banner and usually kills him. Now what I do is grab both of these on a no death run. The reason why is I don't have to worry about the ads from here on out. Usually they're all ranged and the melee guys won't even mess with me or they'll just die so fast. So what this lets me do is pretty much solo focus on the boss. And I'm just going to get Burning Embers up. I'm going to cast procs just because it will burst them down. I'm out of resources. I'm in trouble. You can always use a Dawnbreaker of Smiting if you get here in trouble. Bang! And that's why I have it on the bar. Once I get past the 5th stage, I go pretty ham on the power-ups, just because usually the 5th stage gets some RNG stuff and I die randomly, kind of like the 7th round. So after that, I get a little aggressive here using the power-ups, so you probably see that. Okay, so what you need to know, Dawnbreaker of Smiting can be really helpful. Flappers, just like usual, harness magic and spell power potions and sub out molten armaments if you can. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. The biggest thing is to make sure you're generating a lot of ultimate, killing these undead and Daedra, and your magic, putting up Elemental Drain on these targets, the ones that take 2 or 3 more shots, because that will really help you. Don't always just infinite block here when you're pressured by the big melee guy. So early on, I would just infinite block because I was scared just to get one shot, and you just need to time it. If you have to, just spam Burning Embers on the big guy. It will heal you through almost anything. You're in trouble, use a power-up. See, I'm blocking way too much. And now when he does an uppercut, thankfully I killed him, but if he would have done an uppercut there, I would have died. So don't panic block like me if you learn anything from this. Okay, next couple rounds, Engine Guardian gave me magic. Wonderful! Usually I'm going to put Drain on him. So these rounds, if you have an archer guy, it can be reflected. If you have a melee guy, he's probably going to stun you at the most inconvenience of times. So make sure you have your HOTS going with rapid regen. That will really help if you get stunned, not just insta-dying. So I'm going to get Drain up, and I'm not killing this little Horber guy. The reason why is I don't want to get the totems to go down right away. So you can get those totems, all 5 of them, before the boss round and still have it drop. And usually I'll do that on one of the mini boss rounds just to kind of make it easier. So that's why I'm not just killing them indefinitely. So continue to work on getting those Horvers, centering them on the thing, because it will make life a lot easier. So for this guy, just use your Burning Embers, don't panic. He will be no problem. So keep killing the little tater spiders. These guys will transit to you, so usually I just get a burning embers on them, and their damage doesn't hurt too bad. It's only their lightning flood that will kill you if you're on the ground for too long. So yeah, just make sure you stay out of that. Now the little spiders are always going to come at the inopportune time. Just remember, if you have a bunch of totems unwrapped or whatever you want to call it, it's a lot easier to survive that. Reason being is, like 9 times out of 10, one's going to glow up and there's going to be another one glowed up. And as soon as you go to one, it'll be unglowed and you have to get to the other one. The tip I can give you is once the spider just enters that little glowy area, they're kind of de-aggroed. So you don't need to sit there and wait for 5 seconds. As soon as they touch it, they'll start running away. So it's your clue, you're safe. So they'll still kind of be hanging around there, but they're not going to kill you as long as they went in the little area. Alright, round 3, I think we got a mini boss coming up here. So don't use your ultimates during this phase, just kind of hang out, build your ultimate, make sure your resources are topped off, so you kind of want to get your, elemental drain going here, and then bring the little Horver here. You see how Flames of Oblivion just killed him accidentally? So that will happen, Proxy Det will do that sometimes as well, and specifically the 7th round, I'll talk about that, remind me. And I'm going to drop my banner here, get my elemental drain, I don't know why I say that, embers, and then I'm just looking at my buffs in the bottom right hand screen, like my debuffs and buffs on him. So once it goes down, I can bring the Horver over here, but I don't want to kill him on top of it, because I don't want to waste that stun on everyone for this specific round. So I killed the little Horver away from him. Okay, so now we just got the usual. One caster, not too big of a threat, and the crazy guy. So usually I just take out the caster right away. I just use a Dawnbreaker of Smiting because all those guys are right there on me, the little spiders. And you can see that they kind of just came up to me and just went away. So just remember, you can't get aggressive once they came in the gold area. Alright, so this is round 4, and you're going to have a Lurcher to start. I think it's nice to kind of set up the round easy and just kill them and stun them like this. And then you can take out the Lurcher, which is a pretty big threat. The rest of the round is you're going to have a mini-boss, you're going to have 2 Lurchers at the end. So you're going to kind of want to set up the boss round by taking out the totems, unwrapping them, and then kind of setting yourself up for a win. Now, this particular boss doesn't do a negate, so you can drop your banner there. And I use my Dawnbreaker of Smiting. And Dawnbreaker of Smiting, even 100 ultimate, with this particular round, it will nuke people. Now there's archers, it's archer heavy, so I'm going to go ahead and use a power up. You can use 2, and specifically the shield to really help you out if you're not using flappers. So I got that, then I'm going to grab the Horvers, and now the 2 guys come out. So something that will really help you if you don't want to just face tank it is grabbing that speed power up. That and just run around and force pulse them, but make sure you have your elemental drain up. You don't want to just blow through all of your magic. Once one of them gets stuck in that little animation, you see him like doing the heebie-jeebie shake there, usually I'll just focus that guy down, put burning embers on him just outside of his little circle, and I can just take him out really easily. So, or just interrupt him here and get him off balance. Life's good. Okay, so boss round, don't panic, slowly work on it, reflect the stupid idiot if you can, and then drop your banner at 50% once all the totems are unpacked. You see I have 1 totem just ready to go. That's all I need. So I can set myself up really good for this round by just grabbing the damage power up and then taking out both these little crazy critters. So I'm going to get him swiped. Oh, don't die by the thing over there. And see there. So you want to grab the offensive power up if you can. I just YOLO past it. Get this up, and this will drop him down to 50%. So what's going to happen after this is it's going to summon the Lurcher. If you have enough damage, you pretty much can just DPS through it, or you can play it safe. No death, I would just play it safe. Continue to work on the boss, continue to work on the Lurchers, and do get the totems unwrapped. It seems like for whatever reason, the boss becomes more stronger the longer it takes to get those totems unwrapped. So continue to work on it. That spider boss, the spider little ad in the back, that's what's going to slow you down. Their spit or acid or whatever you want to call it can be cleansed, but just realize that if you're getting stuck because him or her, it, whatever, it's because of their little acid spit stuff, not because of the boss. Dawnbreaker of Smiting, take me home tonight. And welcome to the Vault of RNG. So this is probably the trickiest one to survive just because the little stupid things blow up, crazy casters come out, archers, bugs, it's just a nightmare. So if you get past this, usually that's the hardest part to do. So I got flappers here instead of molten whip. I got my spell power potions in the mail. Thank you for the donations. I love you. I love all my donators. Lord Obi, shout out. Pia, shout out. Draconis, love you. Okay, anyways. So the archers. The archers here are the ones I'm going to apply Elemental Drain on because they're going to take a little bit of time. And then I just swipe the melee guys. Remember that the melee guys will stun you. So if you don't react quickly, the archer will just nuke you down. So just kind of have your key on the break free button or however you do it. These little guys are going to turtle up around 25% life. So once they do like that, I just reapply my blockade, Flames of Oblivion, do a swipe on them, and then just back up. That rock toss that they do actually can be reflected. It's about 9,000 physical damage. So having your flappers up prior to them coming out of their little turtle phase, or whatever you want to call it, is actually pretty good. 2 archers to start this round. So maintain flappers. Let your dots do the damage here. It's not too difficult. You don't need to blow a power up right away if you don't want to, because this round's going to last a little bit. So just, nuke them down, flappers up. And these are going to be your biggest problems, is these little turds right here. These little remembrance turds that basically make the turds blow up. You need to make sure you nuke them down. Just remember, as soon as you see that stuff turn green, guess what? That big circle around where one of the turds is going to blow up. So just remember that you need to know where you are at all times, because the second you don't, the second a turd's going to step on your leg and you're screwed. Now, if a turd does step on your leg, it's not totally the end of the world. See right there? Look at that. Oh, I just got lucky splitting in between the camera. You can just spam Harness and Healing Word and just kind of make your way to one of the green pools. So don't make that a thing to do, because it will screw you over, but you can survive it. Okay, we got round 3 here. So just some dogs to start. So I'm just going to kind of maintain Proxy Det, Flames of Oblivion. Delta, cast your Flames of Oblivion. Why am I not casting it? See? I checked myself out and I'm like, dude, you need to cast Flames of Oblivion more. So how I know that is I'm looking in the bottom left on my screen where my buff trackers are. And so that's kind of what I'm doing when I'm playing as well. So you're always kind of making sure what buffs are up. So I need to recast Rapid Regen, I need to put Proxy back up, Draconic Power here, Flappers, do I need Flames of Oblivion up? That's what's determining what I do and why. So it's hard to get that down while looking at buffs, looking at debuffs of the boss, so like making sure Elemental Drain's up. It takes a lot of practice. So now we got tons of stuff on the ground. We got the poop gas, and I just hate this fight. I'm going to suck down every single power-up just because I absolutely hate this boss. So I'm just going to run around. The best one here is a speed power-up. And we got Claphead, idiot, dude, we need to kill him. Okay, now that we got him down, so you want to put Elemental Drain up on him. He has a lot of resistance. So kind of hang out in the 12-meter radius. I wouldn't come in that close for Embers, just because it's pretty risky. So he kind of came up on me here. I'm going to drop my banner down, just let him sit in it, and just pray to the Lord I get him down, because one shot, you saw that, 3/4 of my health. Come on, man, that ain't fair. Okay, we got him down. Now we're on 4. So basically what we're going to have here is the 2 troll round at the end. And we kind of want to prepare ourselves for it. Now, if you can just use Power Up Heavy and then save your banner for the boss, you can do a real nice burn on the boss in the 5th stage. What has helped me No Death this is saving the speed Power Up and the healing one for the trolls. If you can do that, then it's usually pretty easy. Now, when the 3 archers come after this, you getting the shield one will be really helpful, because basically they'll just kill themselves. So we're going to get the shield one, and make sure you turn your camera to the other way. You want to make sure you know what's going on. Okay, see, now we got the guy here, the clap hand guy. So if we kill him, we know we have a few seconds where we're not concerned with it. And you see I did get gas on me, and what did I do? I just spammed Healing Word, Harness, and got out of it. So now instead of just like going in autopilot and killing those guys, I'm going to center myself where I need to get the buffs. So I got the damage one going, life's good. I'm going to get the juicy juice here one. And I don't have speed, so I'm just going to have to burn and turn. So here we go. Do a dodge roll. I'm going to slap him. I'm trying to keep my camera on both of them. Always be moving here, because by and large, they will throw rocks the second you stop moving. So I'm going to get one down, and of course, that idiot wants to come play. So I'm going to put my Elemental Blockade, because the troll's going to have to walk to me anyways, and get him down. Now I'm just going to play it safe. I don't want to do this again, so I'm going to get speed, and then I'm just going to drain him, because you need magic for the next round, so don't just autopilot this. Get drain on him. Okay, so we didn't save a banner, so that's okay. The rock guy isn't too bad. What's going to kill you in this fight is RNG. Not knowing where you are, the positioning, and green poop coming up just when you don't need it. Another thing is that there's going to be 2 casters, right? And we know we need to get in the center of one of them after one dies, these 2 guys. The thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to have Proxy Debt or Flames of the Oblivion up after you've killed one of these guys. Because I've had it before where I've had no death, and guess what? Flames of Oblivion attacks the wrong guy. See that guy like a sliver of health? If Flames of Oblivion's up, guess what? That guy dies, the roar kills you, you rage, and kick something you shouldn't kick. Now we're going to recast it, so we're clear for a little bit. So that will save you some pain, hopefully. And then we're going to get Blockade up, and he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I mean, basically that will kill you, if anything. So if you go up on him to do a Burning Embers and get all your dots up, that's not a problem. Just know that you need to CC break when he does do a little slap on you, and just reapply Burning Embers right away to get back all that health that you just missed. So I have a banner up here. So we're going to get this down. And usually what I like to do is do a banner, but it's hard to do it when the 2 casters are on, because if you do put a banner down, usually it will kill one of the casters and gets you in trouble. Okay, now I'm in big trouble here because I got casters, I got crazy dude, so I'm going to take him out, priority number 1. I don't want RNG to kill me. And as soon as I get this, I drop a banner here, just because that he's going to still sit in it, and it's going to kill that dude. So I'm not going to cast Flames of Oblivion, I'm not going to cast... Oh, I did cast Flame of Oblivion. Bad Deltia. Luckily, I made it out of here just because Flames of Oblivion did hit the right guy. He's stuck in the banner, so RNG was with me today. Don't cast Flames of Oblivion in that phase. You should be watching my videos, Deltia. Oh wait, I am Deltia. Okay, kill this guy, play it safe, get Drain on him, just to give him some lower resistance, get your magic back up, and go ham with these stupid little power-ups, because who cares? You get no death once, then you can start going for high score. Blockade, why? Because he has to come to me, and boom, RNG round is over. On to one of the easier rounds, and that's the Igneous Cistern. So what's going to help you here is Harness Magicka Flappers, right? We know that those are 2 things that are going to help us all the time. The melee guys can kill you, and they will kill you within 1 shot if you run away from them. So watch, if you run away from them like this is a bad position for me. Because this guy will put his hand up, pizza hand guy, and he will drop a big fire thing that I have to deal with. So I just didn't do a good job positioning here, I'm in trouble. So you realize that I'm not just running away from this one guy, because he will do a 1 shot with a crit rush to you. So don't just automatically panic and run away. So the other guy's going to be summoned, and now we're back in shape. So at this point, I just basically use all the power-ups because I want a huge advantage if I get past stage 7. Because usually stage 7 is the only thing I have problems with, or 5. So then I'm pretty much in the clear for no death. Okay, so we got him. Play it safe. Drop a banner and stick in it as soon as he comes up on you. Or just use the speed power-up and just kind of kite him around. It's not a big deal. Now his stuff can one-shot you with a slap hand. And realize that his slap hand is basically like 15 meters. So when you think you're safe with 8 meters range, you're not. Key, make sure you stand right here after this round, round 2. You want to kill this guy right away. Sometimes this bugs out and you cannot bash him, and I've died because that right there will not let me bash him. So just kill him before you can do it. Okay, so we got these fire guys. They have a lot of resistance to elemental blockade, so you just kind of go. I usually swipe a couple of them first. The healers are more important to deal with than the scorpion dudes. I'm going to drop a banner just for that damage resistance so they don't all come on me and kill me here. Boom. Swipe and dipe. Swipe and dip. Swipe and dipe. I don't know which that. They're both those sounds crappy. Okay, so we got the 2 flame guys. Those aren't really troublesome. Why? Because you can absorb them with harness, or you can reflect them with dragonfire scales. So most likely they'll just kill themselves. So kind of get your blockade down, flames of oblivion. If you do get proxied it, make sure to swipe the main guy and come in and let them blow up 2 of them. So right there, I probably didn't need to cast proxy it. That's just a waste of magic. So I don't like proxy it when I'm fighting lurchers like this. So set yourself up for the next round here. Get your magic up, use elemental drain if you need to, if you're low on magic, and build ultimate. Remember that you determine when the round gets pushed over, not the boss. So if you want to set yourself up and get an ultimate, do it. Remember, we're not going for score, we're going for no death. I picked off this one guy right away. It's really important. Get him down. That will make it a lot easier. So don't run away from this crazy dude and watch the camera, because he will do his little fun attack. Remember, that guy can be stunned as well. So if he does do a heavy attack and he's vulnerable with a little circle on his head, go ahead and stun him. It'll make it easier. So I got a million power-ups just because I'm tired of doing this for the last 2 or 3 days, so I want to get this done. See that little halo around his head? Take advantage of it. Now go right over here right away. I don't even worry about the boss. I don't even worry about the totem. I worry about buggy pizza hand glitch guy, because I've had it glitched on me twice now. Once on stream, you guys watched it, where basically I died on a no death run just because of it. So see, look at that. That's like 15 meters away from him, and he still got me with it. So right now my heart's beating because I thought I was going to die because of that. So I got the stupid speed power up. I'm just kiting, just kind of melting him down. You notice I got drain up, elemental drain, so that way I don't burn through all my magic, because this round is really important that you set up. So I zoom on over here to the health healing one, and I plot myself right down on this particular guy. He's a healer, and you can basically insta nuke him and make sure your flappers are up, because about 3 or 4 guys are going to do this right to you right away. And for whatever reason, it was odd that both of those guys timed their little chaotic thing there. But I had flappers up, otherwise that would probably be an insta-death. So try to take out that healer right away, just where you're positioned. It'll make the fight easier. Now I just got unlucky on this particular fight, but we still managed to do it. Okay, now I position myself here and bring those 2 guys on top of me. Usually to the left is where the totem will spawn that you need to make the boss vulnerable. So I usually get this because there's 2 casters that will be summoned, and see the totems right there. So you can take the totem down. Now I highly recommend do not use an ultimate in this fight. You're going to need it for the next round. So I'm going to grab the speed, and you see my magic is really low here. So I'm going to take my time and set up the next round, making sure that I have an ultimate or close, making sure my magic isn't just completely exhausted, because I don't want to use an ultimate right away. And making the next round just so much easier. This boss isn't really too bad as long as you maintain burning embers using harness magic. Okay, as soon as the round's done, zoom on over here. Get all your buffs up, get wall of elements down, and then grab this damage one. Just a 1 wall of elements and a burning embers is enough to kill that thing. So boom, swipe, and go. Did a little force pulse, and so as soon as I get this down, burning embers, and here we go. Drop the hammer on this guy, and I think I get him down to like 30-some%, making it so much easier. And so as soon as he's about to be down, I'm going to focus on the other totem. Boom, get it down. Now my weapon damage thing is still up, so it's just going to basically be a blockade, swipe, and go. Now it's down, so I just need to do a little more damage to get the totem down. Blockade, spell power potion, I just took it real quick, doing this power up just because Crazy Pants is going to come out. See him, he's coming over here, trying to do his little thing, ruin my day. Nope, you will not ruin my day, because I have Smiting Dawnbreaker. Ninth and final round time. This one isn't too bad. Feel free to smash down all them sigils that you need. So I go in heavy damage mode here. What's going to kill you is the soul tethering little Nightblade guys, kind of like PvP the way it is now. So you want to isolate them. Remember, Smiting Dawnbreaker is really handy here. You'll nuke down enemies, you'll stun them. So if you're in a troubled situation, go ahead and use that. My Dragonknight guys I'm not too worried about, because I'm a Dunmer. I have vampire resistance, or excuse me, fire resistance. Just knowing when and where the Daedroth spawn is going to help you out. A lot of people panic when the Daedroth comes out, and it's not that big of a deal. If you set yourself up early before the round, rapid generation, harness magic, you know, you want to get those little gold things so you can just do this and nuke it without any problem. It's not a big deal. Just don't panic when it comes up. Just know what your healing buttons are. Get a Burning Ember started. Make sure your hots are rolling. Harness Magic Healing Ward. Go back to Burning Embers. They shouldn't be able to kill you, especially if you have a power sigil up like a healing one like that. It's not going to be that hard. So we'll show you the final round what I do just to avoid them. It's not that big of a deal. Make sure you use Burning Embers. Remember, the more damage you do with Burning Embers, the more it's going to heal you, right? So if you have a big, huge damage build, you use that offensive power up just like that, and you use Burning Embers, it's going to heal you for even more. I mean, that thing can heal you for 23,000 in 2 seconds. You can also use tripods instead of magic pots, and that will help you out as well. So here he comes. I got Elemental Drain on him. I'm going to drop my banner. I'm going to put Burning Embers on him, swipe him twice. He's dead. He just do so much damage, you can't even, doesn't even mess with them. So I'm going to take this guy out just because I can use a banner in between. The thing you don't want to do is use a banner before the final boss round. That's pretty much the only time you don't want to do it. Other than that, pretty much use a banner when if you struggle with the Daedros or the little mini bosses. Okay, next round. Here we go. And there'll be a mini boss in this one, I think. And then the next one's really easy. You start off with a Daedroth guy. So what I like to do is go right in between, because the last thing you want is a healer basically to keep that guy alive indefinitely. And you saw that all that I'm doing is literally spamming Burning Embers. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. When in doubt, just spam that ability. There's a Soul Tethering Dragonknight, but luckily I got flappers up to reflect it while I was stunned. Otherwise, I probably would have been dead. So I don't use the Spectral Explosion yet. I want to make sure, boom, banner's down. Now I use it on the mini boss, and I have my banner. This guy's going to be nuked. A couple more ads come out. I'm going to grab the one last power-up I have. And then the trick with these ogre guys is you can't really reflect them. You can absorb some of their stuff with harness magic, so I just kind of kite, kill the one guy. If you come close to them, like within the 8-meter range, he does this like channel cast thing that can one-shot you even if you're blocking. So like this, that isn't one of them. Go in and bash that, take him out, no big deal. Now you have the Daedroth with 3 people. So I used Mind Dawnbreaker, boom, nukes one guy right away. And oh, I'm close, block. So I blocked there, no big deal. Got my heals back up, proxied it, just took him out. So, that's all you gotta do. Don't panic, make sure you're rotating your buffs, getting them up, and then just Mind Dawnbreaker if you need a really quick heal. Now this is an easy round, so this is going to be the crazy walker guys, just, you know, kind of nuke them down. I think the second or third spawn is going to be the Daedroth. So if you are having trouble with the Daedroth, save your ultimate, save your Spectral Explosion for when these guys come up. Oh, it must be the third spawn then. Okay, so we're going to take this guy out. I've only done this 3,000 times. And then once that guy is down, the Daedroth, so right here, I'm not going to use it. Remember that you get like about 15 to 20 seconds to use the Spectral Explosion. So wait for the Daedroth. Set the round up the way you like it. So here we go, taking him out. And once he's down, you're going to get like a really easy phase where you're going to have like just basically one guy to kill and then a walker. Use that time if you're struggling to get up ultimate, to get up resources with Elemental Drain, and just kind of hang out there. That will make the round a lot easier. Now, once you get this done, you're going to have some ogres, but really, you want to set yourself up next for the next round. I usually don't use an ultimate after the Daedroth spawn, because then I want to make sure that the next round I have one for the mini-boss. That makes it a lot easier. So I ignore the ogre here and solely focus on these 2 guys. So I can nuke down one with a proxy debt, usually right away. Get to this guy, and I never let them cast the whole thing. So you can use the sword axe thing if you need a little more damage, because remember, we don't care. Now, I do something risky here. I think I can kill this ogre fast enough where I can save the Spectral Explosion for the next round. Because remember, it will go through the next round. In the bottom left, there's a little buff where it shows the timer on it, how much more time I have left on it. Luckily, it paid off. So the start of this round, you're going to have a Daedra guy or whatever, Crematorial Guard, boom. I got lucky here and just nuked him down. Now you're going to have a Dragon Summoner guy. There's 2 buffs that really help you with No Death, which is damage, obviously, and then the shield. The shield will reflect back his little crazy spells. So if I put him down here, get my blockade, get swipe up on him, and then just keep him down with Flames of Oblivion, basically I can no phase the knockback fire thing, and that makes this fight a lot easier. So the ads come, I'm going to grab the healing power up. I still have a few seconds left on my other ones, and so Dawnbreaker of Smiting here, if you do have it up by then. Do you see that guy's doing take aim? Ugh, don't get to me, I'm running out of stamina. So next one I want to use is a tripod or a low-cost Dawnbreaker of Smiting to get my ultimate back up. Okay, so I missed the little ghost guy there. You saw that. That's not good. And you kind of want to save your ultimate here. You want to have an ultimate for the next time you have a boss. So, Ogre here. This is the last thing we're saving here until we do the final boss. Trick here is, if you don't have a banner up around 200 ultimate, just sit there and light attack him. Get a banner up. It will make the fight so much easier. And as soon as it drops, position yourself on top of the boss and get your buffs ready. So the Spell Power Potion, Proxy Debt, Harness Magic, Rapid Regen, Flames of Oblivion, put Elemental Blockade down, and watch how much damage I do with all this stuff really cast well. Boom. He will hit 70% in no time. So I got him. Now, as soon as he transits, you got to go to him. Go, 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 go. Boom. Bash him. Okay, so I get a buff. And the crazy guy's coming. I'm dropping banner. I don't even care about the healer on the side. Whatever. Heal yourself, bro. It doesn't even matter. Block or dodge. That's going to be his next attack. And look, he's already at 70%. Why? Because I did my banner and he was passively just taking a lot of damage. So that let me get him down, the Krem Guard down, and I'm going to put the dog right on top of this. Boom. Now I'm going to kill him before I get up, just because he's annoying, and it will build ultimate. So Spell Power Potion, I'm going to use a Dawnbreaker of Smiting here to get ahead on damage real quick, and then just maintain your buffs. So Elemental Blockade, Flames of Oblivion, Spell Power Potion on cooldown, and then Elemental Drain. Like, well, this is the buff phase. So when this little thing comes out, what I'm doing here is just buffing. So I get proxied it up one time, only when I'm doing that. So that will give me a huge damage boost to taking down these little crystals. Elemental Blockade, Flames of Oblivion, and I'm putting my camera right there so I can see him when he does his little stun attack. You don't have to dodge roll it. If you're low on stamina, just hold block for a split second when he does it. Don't just sit there and hold block cast or you run out. Okay, so now I'm like completely far away, but I have proxied it up. I got enough for a dodge roll, so here we go. Now, don't use an ultimate here. You really want it for when you come down. Look at him. He's casting. So I'm telling myself I know exactly what I need to do when I come down. What I need to do is run to the boss. Use my stamina or get that power up. I'm running to the boss because I need to interrupt him. Bang. That will kill you if you don't interrupt it. So now you got to get the gold thing. And basically you're setting yourself up for when you get 3 gold thing and a Spectral Explosion. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to kill the one walker guy, and then I'm solely focused on the boss from here on out. So you want to kind of hang close to the boss, not like within 10 meters basically, so he doesn't get one of the gold ones as soon as he transits. So here we go. I don't worry about that walker. I'm going to sprint on over here. Uh-oh. Nope. He casted and didn't transit. I've never seen that before. They're trolling me. So boom, I use it, and guess what? He transits. So this is a troll one, but I don't care. I'm getting no death, damn it. So I'm gonna play really, really safe and kill the Krem Guard. I'm not going for a super high speed, so otherwise I would have just killed the boss. So I'm getting flappers up to reflect him. I don't care that there's a guy casting. I'm like, my heart's beating like a drum now. I'm about to tell my mom, Mom, I got bet no death on a Magic Dragonknight. Are you proud of me? What's that mean, sweetie? She don't know. Anyways, that's it. So this took me a while to get this down on the Magic Dragonknight. I'm having a lot of fun with it again, though it can be a little challenging. So you don't have an on-demand heal besides like healing ward. Make sure you're doing the fundamentals. Keep your buffs up, use flappers when you need to, and swipe, 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 and you'll be fine. Thanks for watching.